Hey there, I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we have from Silverbacks, Easy Being a Winner. When I first discovered Silverbacks 2 years ago with archive material, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I appreciated their unique blend of wiry Irish post-punk with 90s alternative rock textures with male and female singers and a lot of real upbeat flavor. It's a criminally overlooked and underrated sophomore album from that year. So now finally getting to their third project where the interplay was ramped up considerably alongside the fidgety instrumental interplay, along with a glossier, more groove-driven mix, less pavement, more Stereolab. Well, it's certainly very pleasant and still very tuneful with considerably more studio polish compared to the lockdown recording of archive material, but there's a relaxed ease to these compositions, a slick, quirky flair, especially in some of the percussion change-ups that I don't really find as compelling. Daniel O'Kelly's vocals are a little more subdued and gentle to let Emma Hanlon take more of a lead. The melodic punch feels more restrained. There's more languid cuts where I certainly hear the cited Yo La Tengo influence, or there's a borderline throwback blues rock or country twang like on Look at All You've Done. And while they remain as wry and sardonic as ever, the socio-political edges feel kind of sanded back in favor of a more introspective and observational relationship moments like Giving Away an Inch of. Now, that does not have to be a bad thing, especially as Silverbacks seem acutely aware the stakes are a bit more measured and personal this time around. You don't always have to be political. Hell, the opening track, Selling Shovels, has them try to agitate to drive the horrors of the world to the forefront so people are aware, but it feels like the message has fallen on deaf ears, maybe even hurting their cause, and No Rivers Around Here has them grappling with struggling to settle in a space, but also how it'll likely change beyond them with time. But really the subtext of the album's theme is the double-edged sword of knowing that as they succeed, their life is naturally going to get easier, at least for them, and they're a little too empathetic to see how that might spill over for those who are not so lucky. And while O'Kelly also cites Nick Cave as an influence on the lyrics, what feels a lot more apt to me is 2010's Dan Behar of Destroyer, with that slight deflective distance, the lyrical abstraction, and songs that would demand a little bit more engagement with the hope that the strongest hooks will punch out. But as a whole, okay, you know what, maybe call it a case of too high expectations for me, because I can't deny that Silverbacks' formula is still very much in play, but this felt a little less gripping than I would hope. It's got good compositions and a lot more studio polish, but it's not quite compensating for writing and delivery that felt more muted than I would prefer. It's still very good. If you like all the influences I listed, you are gonna like this album. I just wanted to like it more. That's all.